Ethan Hunt is back for what is potentially the final time in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, an overly long but occasionally entertaining action spy flick that is a bit of a disappointment. Continuing from the events of Dead Reckoning Part 1, the AI known as the Entity is now attempting to seize control of the world's nuclear arsenal. Naturally, only one man and his team can possibly complete such an impossible mission of taking down the Entity. Tom Cruise is back in the lead role for what could be the final time. He continues to push the stunts and the action as far as a 60-plus-year-old man can possibly do. And those sequences are the highlights of the film. But Tom also continues to show us that he's not just an action man. He imbues his performance with plenty of emotion and depth, making for a mostly compelling time throughout. Sadly, the rest of the cast don't get quite as much to say or do throughout the film. In fact, many of them often seem to be trying to catch up to Tom, with a large majority of the action and suspense sequences given to him. But there are some great moments to be had with Simon Pegg, Hayley Atwell, and Ving Rhames. Many long-running franchises find the need to connect all the dots from prior events, entries, and make everything relevant, even if it's not essential. Sadly, The Final Reckoning does the same thing. It brings back characters from past movies, it connects characters of this film to prior ones in ways that aren't needed, and it connects events and moments of past films to this one too. It ends up feeling far too coincidental, and it makes the fictional universe seem a little small. The biggest problem with The Final Reckoning are the antagonists. Isai Morales is fine in the role, but his motivations are murky at best. Plus, his depiction often fluctuates between a confident man in control to a man scared for his life and on the run. It's a bit inconsistent, not to mention the general lack of time spent developing him out. The Entity is a bigger problem. It's not a physical being, therefore it's represented via CGI visions and in-world computer imagery. The film fails to make the threat of the Entity feel grounded, and the Entity itself just isn't all that compelling of a negative force. Not helping things is the runtime. At almost 3 hours, The Final Reckoning is far too long. The pace and the editing suffer because of this. There isn't a good flow to the film, with the larger action and suspense sequences feeling dragged out. Unnecessary side spots and scenes focused on smaller, less interesting characters who arguably shouldn't be in the film, and some scenes not getting the attention or care they deserve. The first half of the film is actually a little on the sluggish side, even though the editing and pacing can at times be rapid, especially when showing flashbacks. If this is the final outing for Tom Cruise and perhaps even the franchise, then it is an entertaining enough time and a decent one to go out on. It's just let down by an egregious runtime, too many characters, and villainous elements that aren't all that compelling. But the action, the stunts, the visuals and the cast are all great throughout.